dream in my eye. I'll be an example to myself in the tears that I cry. Appreciate y'all for coming out, rocking with us, and appreciate, man, James, you've been a blessing to this group, man. I appreciate all the support and everything that you supply, man. So thank you.
No, I appreciate the group. Everybody who's in it, you know, the community that y'all built. I mean, there's nothing like it.
Right.
Right on, man.
Try to be authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really shaping up to be more than I expected. You know, I had an idea of what I wanted to see, and it's manifesting the way I see it and better. You know.
Yeah.
And then,
so, James, how did you originally get started, man? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hold on 1 second, please. Introduce your wife. We know James Padin. We don't know your wife.
This is my beautiful wife, Apparel.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, so a couple, like when we first met, we knew that we wanted to have our own business. About it when we were dating, and then it got to the point where, you know, we started our family, and then from there it was always trying to figure out what we're gonna do. And we knew we wanted to start something from home and to see where it grew from there. And it's just, you know, building its way up.
So what all do y'all do?
I mean, originally I started with photography, and how that happened was, like, I just bought a camera on Amazon one day and I didn't know how to use it. So I went to the videos, and then people just started hitting me up. And then after that, they're like, oh, can you put that picture on this? Can you put your picture on that? And from there.
That's dope.
Wow.
So where can we see like your photography and stuff at?
Well, I took it down for a while because of COVID.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it was mostly like events, you know, family portraits, stuff like that.
And the kids.
I saw the cups your wife made. So y'all is like jacks of all trade.
Yeah. You get inspired. You're like, you go to the store, you're like, you know what, that'll be nice if you do this or do that.
Right. Yes. It's pretty dope. Like I'm sorry, I'm trying to look at the comments on my phone.
Yeah, that's why you keep seeing me look past the screen. I got 2 screens set up, so one's mine. But so what do you guys do? It you basically do it at your house, or do you got a shop or a store?
At the house. I don't need that overhead. That overhead is, you know, if I can do it from home.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that overhead is crazy.
Right. But then you can do it in your socks. You ain't gotta leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long have you guys been in business?
Well, so we started the photography when my son was like 5, and he's 4 or 5. Yeah, he's like 4 or 5, and it was on and off. It was just like, you know, somebody would hit me up like, hey, I'm getting married, I want you to do this, or oh, I'm having a sweet 15 or a sweet 16, or I want to take pictures with the family. So it was one of those things where it was just word of mouth.
Right.
And then when we bought the house a couple of years ago, and then we became landlords, and then last year we just decided to use the space upstairs, you know, to facilitate the business.
Right. That's dope. Help pay the bills if nothing else, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So where you guys at? Where you coming from? What city you in?
I'm in Buffalo.
Buffalo?
Buffalo, New York.
Oh, okay.
New York, okay.
Yeah. It's funny, man, like actually seeing you for the first time. I didn't know what you looked like, and I had these pictures painted in my head, but you don't look like our pictures. You know, not in a bad way. But it's just funny.
Yo, when y'all said that, it reminded me of that TV show with the dude whose neighbor he talked to all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Home improvement.
Exactly, home improvement.
that's the first thing that popped in my head. I'm like, wow, but I never update my. I'm not really active on Facebook. I never update my pictures. I'm only active squad. That's it.
Right. Appreciate that too, man. Like you've been.
Oh yeah, in a real way.
Like I say, man, you've been 100 since the beginning, man.
Yeah, you're a solid follower, man, and you big up everybody you like, you heart, you comment. I mean, you hands down are the most active in the group.
Yeah.
I think Facebook shut me down. I can't comment no more. Every time I try to comment, it won't give me the option.
Really?
Really?
Yeah,
you know what though? I've been seeing that myself. I've been having that on certain posts. Not all posts, but some of the posts, there's no like, no comment, no nothing. I see tweak in Facebook.
Yeah.
I've been.
Well, I would definitely check my settings.
Yeah. Look into that because I had that happen just today on a few posts, and then I scroll. There's no option on a few posts, and then I go down, and then that one I have one. So that's some tweaking Facebook.
Yeah. I'm hit this comment section real quick. What's up? Holla Direct, Jay Stacks, Sharon Felicia, All Business Demands, Sam Day, Marcella Ritchie. How are y'all tonight? We appreciate y'all joining us tonight on this live. Marcella Ritchie says, laugh out loud. He doesn't match the picture in my head either. Then she also said, Marcella Ritchie also said, James is a diehard supporter. Right on. He definitely is. I had to steal your words. See? Yeah, right on. Sharon also says he sure is. And what's up, Leonard? Squad up.
What's going on, Leonard? Leonard's a good supporter too, man. I don't care if you live on here, you live on Facebook, or live on YouTube. He be in the audience every time.
Yeah, he do. Big supporter. So we know you do t-shirts and cups, and what else did you say you did? You was doing photography, man of many hats. So
anything to make a buck, you know.
Man, ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm sorry, I'm trying to look. I got my phone open so I can see some comments, but I'm half blind. I got bad eyesight, so you'll see me leaning in and stuff every once in a while. So who's the brains of the operation, and who's the, you know?
Now, see, you ain't gotta ask her that. I know. You know what he's gonna say.
I was just trying to be polite, you know. Give James the option, you know, because if the wife was sitting next to me too, I'd be like, pew!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool though. This is a first for us having like a couple, and this is pretty dope. It's really dope to have y'all here. So what's the name of your company, or what's the business name?
We don't even really have a business name. Like everything we do is word of mouth. So everybody will just be like, you gotta hit up James. Hit up James.
Right,
That's always been.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Word of mouth, it gets it done though. Like myself, I have a website. My website is so quiet, and I that's where all my sales come from, word of mouth as well.
I had a website years ago, and I paid for the whole year and didn't make one sell off of it. Everybody was like, they just kept coming to me. I'm like, why am I paying for it?
Yeah. That's the position I'm in right now. I feel like that. So what all equipment y'all work with?
I really just keep it simple with the Cameo. Mike saved the Cameo for real, because I was about to buy a Cricket. I'll be honest. I seen somebody do it with the phone, and I'm like, yo, this Cameo is for the birds. I mean, literally, they took an image, 2 seconds, and it was cutting. And I'm like, yo, this Cameo does not want to work. And I kept having to watch videos on onesies and people with elephants. I'm like, yo, what am I doing with this? Like, I'm not gonna make a onesie. So one day I just kept scrolling down. I'm like, somebody gotta have a video that I could watch. And then I came across Mike.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Before we move on to the next, I know Mike's about to say something, but still Team Cameo Cricket people. We got another.
I actually just go shout out some more of the comments because they're coming in. What's up, Rachel? How you doing tonight? She also says, hello, Mr. and Mrs. James Padin.
Shout out to Rachel. She's always on there. She's a huge
What's
supporter.
up,
So
Anthony? Anthony on here, Jerron. Holla Direct says facts, Marcella Ritchie. When someone is as supportive as James, you can't help but to want to support him back. So in a real way, it's reciprocated.
I appreciate that. I'm a firm believer in you reap what you sow. So if you support people, people gonna support you.
Oh yeah,
Got
real
to.
way.
Got to.
Yeah.
So y'all plan on starting YouTube?
Oh, she keeps telling me I need to do it,
Yeah.
but I'm like,
Yes.
I want to do it. My son had a YouTube channel, and then they took it off, and I totally forgot about it. And then one day, I'm on the phone. It was like, you have a new subscriber. I'm like, I don't have a channel. I'm like, what is this? So then I looked, and then it was Sam Day. So I got to give a shout out to Sam Day. I got no videos, but he subscribed to it. So I'm like, okay.
So there you go. There, it's your turn. You always supporting other
Yeah.
YouTubers. Let's get it started, man.
Let's get it started. And you got the whole squad behind you. You already know that. We definitely coming to support, show some love.
Period. So we're gonna be waiting on the video like ASAP.
I hear the beautiful kids in the background, y'all. I got 10 kids, so
I
I know
got
y'all
three.
like, oh my God, you here. But hey, my house is full too, and I love kids.
Yeah.
So how do y'all juggle that? Because my kids sometimes they like, I got a workspace at the house, and they just feel like they just come on down and lounge and be touching stuff. I was like, don't touch that. Yeah,
They just come in, they're like, can you make me a t-shirt? And I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a whole bag full of t-shirts right there just for them. I'm like, pick the color.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool though. So do they participate with y'all or?
The little one.
Yeah. My daughter tries to, yeah. My oldest, he wants to, but he thinks he can use a computer. I'm like, you gotta wait. I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah.
Once I figure out how to show him, then I'm gonna start showing other people. If I can teach an 8-year-old, I can teach anybody.
Period.
There you go.
Ain't that the truth? Start them young, though.
Yeah, that work ethic be instilled in him, and then I'm pretty sure he gets a kick out of watching his parents create stuff. So, I mean, that's got to be motivation in itself.
Oh yeah, every time they see us do something, they're like, "Can I help? Can I help?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay, come on."
So I just set up my phone. And pointed at the TV. I'm going live on TikTok. See for the first time, trying to build that TikTok up. See what we get out of that. But so we got lurkers in the background because I can't read the screen. The words are too small.
We on TikTok. I'm giving a shout out to 12 Gone right here.
Yeah, right on. I appreciate that support, man. I really do, man. I saw that and I was shocked. You almost brought a tear to my eye, man. I appreciate you, man, 100%.
Shout out to my. I got hers. I'm gonna get some from everybody. It's just one by one.
Hey, no pressure. My machines. My fault. Reading out loud.
Appreciate that though.
So Marcella Ritchie said her machines got toys on them. So do mine. Well, it'd be a random car sitting on my Cameo Pro every once in a while. I'm like, what's that?
I got one right here for my kids.
The Hot Wheel just so happened to add that extra to that Cameo, you know?
That Cameo, that was the jump. They probably were jumping off that joint. You know? Like, man, that's dope though. Like my kids is adults now, but my two oldest, they enjoy it. Like my young son, he here right now, he 18. He has no interest in this t-shirt stuff. So
I mean, it's fast money if you do it right. Yeah. Like I started with transfers. Like the first YouTuber I watched was T-shirt Riches, the Cortez Ross.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I'm gonna do 40 t-shirts in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm like, that's easy money right there.
That was one of the first people I started watching years ago. But he was one of the ones, he didn't really want to give up the game on the transfers. And then you start seeing other YouTubers come out with it. He used to sell you the little course to find out where he got them from.
Yeah. I mean, the only one that I could think of was Stan. Stan is the only one who literally opened up to everybody. It was like, yeah, try this. I bought the Cameo because of him.
Yeah.
Because everybody was like, Stalls will tell you to buy that, $2,000 vinyl cutter, and then you got to buy the $5,000 press. So I'm like, yo, that's too much money.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it's crazy, like the influence that Stan has on this industry as a whole. Everybody we've had on here credits him with their beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In that garage with the coat on and all that different stuff. Like, he was definitely a trendsetter in this game. You know, all the influence, and like, it's dope to be like, for us to come up under him and having studied his, just watching his videos and getting influenced by his videos, and to be influencers now. And like, we with the squad and these whole weekend Saturday Night Lives and stuff, we've created a whole new lane in this industry, and including all y'all and whoever, all our special guests these week. It's like, it's humbling to be able to further this industry and, add a different aspect, even coming in as the squad, and then starting this group, and then the squad constituents and all that, man. I can't say it enough. I appreciate all y'all for rocking with us. Appreciate everything y'all do for us. That's James and everybody out there in the audience, and whoever gonna watch it in the future. Appreciate y'all. And I just say, let's keep it going, period.
Yeah. Snowball effect. It's another thing about the squad too, to add on to what he's saying. A lot of the other t-shirt forums or t-shirt blogs or groups, whatever have you, they're forcing you to buy their product, to only speak on their product, and only to talk about how their product helps them. And in a squad, you're open to say what product it is. Now, we don't like bash that company because it brings unwanted negativity to the group, but you are definitely welcome to speak on your experiences about, for instance, a bent page from a certain group. And, like I said on a live the other night, if I spent a couple $100 and I got some folded up paper, and
I saw that
with the complaint department, I mean, I'm a nice guy, but you might see me on a flight coming towards you, because we got to see eye to eye. And as business people, or people that's going as entrepreneurs and growing their business, you need to stand behind your product 100%. So it's just the way things are handled, and how certain groups teach, and how they, like, man, I want to say some group names so bad, but I'm no longer in these groups because of my work ethic, and then the lack of me then posting in their group. I don't get it. It's weird. So with the squad, you got a complete open platform.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm in them groups too, and all they try to do is sell you. Like, the crazy thing is, like, they got like 20,000 members, and they're like, yeah, you need to jump on like tier 4 or tier 3, and I honestly thought they was putting them Willy Wonka tickets inside them papers, because you sit there and see people with like 15 packs, and them packs is like $30 a pop.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's nuts. But I mean, the hype must be real. I thought about selling paper. I'm like, look, I'm in the wrong industry. Like this. She posted a video, 100,000 in 10 minutes. I'm like, 100,000 in 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, man. It's definitely crazy the money they make doing these other little different lanes, And I know it's hard work. I know that it's hard work, but it's well worth the work.
Yeah.
Then you get 8,000 units and they're sold out in 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
because of the anticipation. It's dope to me, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I give them credit. They market their product, but then when you get some people like, I'm not the person's name, but I'll shout out their business, High Maintenance Necessities. You know, she put it on there, and I'm like, hey, I mean, you got a legit point. You buy ASOS, you buy Craft and Besties, you expect a certain package. I don't expect it in a plastic bag, tossed in a box. I mean,
right.
And then spend $100 on paper. On paper.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah. Especially when you run down there and get the hammer mill for $11.99.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
You get a whole box for $20. The copy paper. It's the same thing.
There you go. Shoot, get you a whole roll, 300 foot by 17 for $29.99 off of Amazon. I'm just saying, you know.
But they say, they say it's good. So I mean, I haven't tried it. I want to try it, but it's sold out.
Yeah. I can't really say as far as the quality. I haven't heard nothing bad about how it works.
Yeah.
None of it.
I mean,
but think about it though. And I'm not gonna bash or take away from no one's brand, but if you think about it, I also heard a comment where what you were saying in part of your comment, James Padin, that Crafty's Besties is better than A-Sub. A-Sub and Sublimation Inc. came out at the same time. Yeah. The original company that made this paper for this ink, they know what they're doing.
You get the same stuff from China. You can order a pallet of it for $500.
There you go. That's the secret right there, Alibaba.
Yeah, so that's why I said I need to get into the game. If they sit there, I'll be happy with 50,000 in 10 minutes.
Right.
I'll take half. Well, I mean, like Veronica she's the myth buster for real. I mean, I've seen her videos, and she put me on the stuff like I would have never thought about putting sublimation ink on an inkjet transfer, that 3G opaque, and then she's putting the bleach on a white toner, and like when she's in the lab for real.
For real.
I gotta give her a shout out. Designs 813. Veronica. I mean, she puts that information out there.
Yes, she does.
With the ASOS, I mean, it was like I couldn't tell the difference. I'm like, look, I don't. Yeah. She put a point out. It's your technique. If you don't know your technique, then that's the problem.
Right. And all that matters.
Yeah, for real.
It looked like the comments just run up. You want to read a few?
Yeah, Sam Day says, this man, and this man. Talking about, I'm guessing the conversation from earlier that we had. Marcella Ritchie says, no pressure. Mine's too. Anthony Alexander says, y'all need to start Ubering us snacks on Saturday. ABZ, All Business Demand says, y'all are such a blessing, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all as well. Yeah. Without y'all would not be the squad.
He's super active in the group too. I think he's new too.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, we gonna have him on here in the coming weeks as well. I told him, I messaged with him today. He gonna be a guest, man. I gotta pick his brain because I see, man, he stayed busy. I seen he was on vacation, was still working. So,
and there's another one too. I think Mag Williams. It might be. He's constantly doing lives and stuff, man. I want to holler at him. Daniel Way says, "Hey, hey y'all, I'm late. Hey, we glad to have you here. Later, I was running late myself. I still got cheeseburger to the left of me and it's smelling great. I ain't get to eat my dinner." Marcella Ritchie says, might have to get these hands. Jack, she's talking about that paper in the response that they gave that woman or gave High Maintenance. I mean, that was just disrespectful altogether. Yeah. Rachel Bias says, we appreciate the squad. We appreciate you as well.
Oh, yeah, she's a huge supporter too.
Marcella Ritchie also says, one group threatened to kick me out if I posted my videos, and it was silhouette videos in a silhouette group. A lot of times there's hermit crabs, and I've said this time and time again. They want you to retain the information and not expel it. They do not want you telling industry secrets. Oh my gosh, these trade industry secrets. I don't know what that's about. I never been that type. And if you watch any of my videos, I tell it all. I even make the mistake in front of you, and I show you how to fix it. So
And there's no YouTube. You know, YouTube don't exist.
yeah, YouTube don't exist then, if that's the case. Rachel Bias says, "Who's the designer between the two of you, and what are y'all roles in the business, Mr. and Mrs. Padin?"
That's a good question.
So it all depends. Like my wife will tell me like, I want this, and then I gotta make it happen. And then sometimes I'll go to her and be like, well, what do you think? And she'll be like, well, you gotta change this, you gotta change that. So we just feed off each other.
Yeah.
Right. Right. That's a good way to do it. That's kind of like my wife. She's behind the scenes, but don't let me do something she don't like. It's not gonna go. It's not out the front door, you know.
My wife is a nurse, y'all, and a supervisor for another. She's an emergency room nurse, and then she's a supervisor for another place. So she doesn't partake in my activities, but she supports me fully, y'all. But she ain't coming home, she ain't weeding, she ain't stamping, she ain't looking at no designs, no none of that. But she supports me in other ways as far as business goes. So a lot of times y'all see Alexis.
So I made a post asking like what everybody, how they got started in the t-shirt business and what it was, and then like the responses were overwhelming, and I never responded. I just hit the heart on them. But like I was reading through them, and it was pretty dope. And James, you responded on that same post. Would you tell them, what you responded to that post?
Mm-hmm. Which post was that one?
The post where I asked how do you get started in the crafting t-shirt?
Oh yeah. What I responded, like I said, it was just something that me and my wife just like, we talked about it. What made us start and all of that.
So I asked you, I knew you had already said it, but I asked a question again because I was trying to drill that response into the audience, like for those other people, like.
Oh yeah. So
it was just.
So yeah, like so when we first started dating, we talked to each other about what we wanted in life, our goals, what we wanted for our kids, and then from there it was like we knew we wanted to build something, not for us, but for our kids. You know what I'm saying? I know you guys talk about generational wealth, and it's like as a parent, it's like you want to give your kids what you never had, but it's like you also got to teach them what you was never taught. Like what I was taught was something totally different. I get locked up for what I'm taught when I was a kid. Now it's just like, and it's like nowadays, like I seen little boy, what's his name, Ryan on YouTube. He's a multi-millionaire, and he started playing with toys. Like, I mean, it's a totally different world now. Like, you can have so many different sources of revenue. You could be your own boss. It's not like how it was, 20, 30 years ago. It's totally different. Right. So it's like, I'm just trying to lay the building blocks for my kids. And then I just want to teach them to be an entrepreneur. I mean, if they want to go work for somebody, great. I mean, if that's what they want to do, but it's, COVID showed, what it really is. You might have a good job, and then the next day you out of work. Nothing's guaranteed, but if you got your own business, you could always fall back.
And let's say, we knew that there is something that God wants us to do. We also pray about it, and so we were just waiting on that time that when God will say, "Okay, go ahead. This is the time for you guys to do it." And when we finally knew that God was saying, "Okay, this is the time, and you guys could go ahead and do it," that's when we start putting everything together. And one thing that I pray about it, and I say, God, if okay, since you're telling us to go ahead and start our business, everything that we're gonna buy, we're not gonna get we're not gonna buy. We're not gonna buy a full price.
Yeah.
So I that everything that we're gonna buy is not gonna be a full price. And I declared that, I prophesied that, and this is how it's been.
Yeah.
So
It just manifests. If you believe it, you
Yeah.
believe God is going to manifest. That's the truth.
In a
Period.
real way. Way.
Period.
But God is in it, right?
Yeah.
He's in this in our business and and everything. And I always tell my husband, you know, together we're strong.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's the best thing going, man. That's why I brought that question back, Jay. I just wanted to show the
Mhm.
aspect and having that support from your spouse, significant other, or I got all these different terms for your partner these days, but I was just trying to drill that into for people that might see this, people that's watching, just the importance of it.
Oh yeah, it's huge because I mean I've seen it to where like a spouse won't support the other, and then conflict, and it's not good. I mean that's your other half, so it's like if you're not on the same page, if it's not working, I mean everybody goes through something, but there's no point to be sitting there to the point where you're ready to throw blows. I mean I've seen that, and I'm like, yo, I mean scrap it. I mean it's not even that serious, you know.
Right. And
Yeah.
y'all hear what this man is saying? He is dropping gems, and on the relationship side of it as well.
You know, there's no point, like, 'cause, you know, if your finances get tight, you know, if one got to carry the other, y'all both got to be on the same page. If
Right.
it's not, don't panic, just pivot, you know, adapt and overcome. If this is not the time, like, there were times where, like, when I started, we only had one kid, and it was like, well, I had 2 kids in 1 year. Like, my son is born in November. So it's one of those things where, you know, it got put on hold. You know, I still kept my head in the game. I still kept ear hustling because nobody wanted to tell you nothing. But if you listen hard enough, you pick up one thing over here, one thing over there, one thing over there, and just take notes, write it down.
Right.
That's why if someone got a question, I'm quick. If I can't answer it, it might not be the right answer you're looking for, but it'll put you on your path.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
I always had this saying since I was a kid. I might fall in the hole and break my leg and find $100 one way or another. I got lucky, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what it's that, man. Just point me in a direction. I'm gonna get there, you know.
That's a heck of a saying, Seek. We hit this comment section. Marcella Ritchie asked, how do y'all manage being husband and wife and business partners? Which he almost just answered that in a sense. But how do y'all differentiate that though?
We best friends. I mean, this is without my wife, it wouldn't be. You know, it's the same thing. It's like it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, it's stress. We just talk, and it's like, okay, I'll do it. And then if we got our moments, it's like, you know, just like everybody else do. I just like, just leave me alone for a minute. I'll get over it, and then, you know, I'm not going to get upset or disrespect my wife or do something crazy or this and this. For that, I mean, I'll just toss it to the side. Maybe later, you know, another time. I mean, there have been times where my wife has just left me, like when I started getting with the cameo, because like I said, I like fast money. So the transfers, the pro world all day. I'll sit there, press them, and they'll be like, well, you know, everybody got them, but not everybody buying them. Like you can go to a festival, a parade, or whatever, fundraisers, and if you do it right, you're making $100 an hour. I mean,
yeah.
So, I mean, it like I said, it's just one of those things where if you got a good relationship, your business is just gonna follow. I mean, if you just upfront and real about everything, if it don't work, then you know, find another way. Don't keep trying to, you know, beating yourself over the head. You know, it's not worth it.
Gems. Hey, how long have y'all been married?
It'll be 9 years this month, at the end of the month.
Cohesive, smooth. Okay.
Yeah. Happy anniversary in advance.
Happy anniversary as well. What up, Bear Prince, Rolando in the audience?
Ro, what's happening?
Anthony Alexander says that's a good combination. My wife slides food under the door. She don't come in to the shop. And that's like my wife. She's there supportively, you know, and she will slide that burger up underneath the door, but she ain't coming in to work. Not at all. Marcella Ritchie says, yep. What up, Mac? squad up. Rachel Bias says gems. I'm trying to see if there's another question in here. Bear Prince says most definitely that spousal support when being an entrepreneur is crucial. It's crucial that you support each other. If y'all don't take nothing else from that, the couple down here will underneath me in this particular instance has just told you the support has got to be real. You don't want to be butting heads at the end of the day and then have somebody tell you that your dream ain't gonna become a real true vision. You don't want that happening. John Rice says that is a creative saying, Seek. In the hole with the $100. That's what I'm saying. Rachel Bias says, yes, James, that's what I did. I watched multiple videos and I picked up something from each one and put them all together. You gotta do that. You gotta make
I did that before the squat. That's all I did for years. I'm talking like 4 or 5 years. It's like watch Stalls, watch Sin from Prince Squad, Brando, you know, just like they'll drop some. Oh, I gotta keep that, you know.
Yeah.
And that's how you blossom, and that's how you truly learn.
Yeah, that's why I love Squad. Like, it's so many people, and it's like I might say something and be like, yeah, you know, don't forget about this too. And it's like, you know, wow, I never thought about that. You're 100% right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So James, have companies been trying to get with you guys? Has any company reached out to you?
No, like I said, like most of the stuff we do is like small word of mouth. You know, like my wife, she handles most of the sales. I'll do something, she'll post it, and then from there, it's like sold.
I say that to say this. Once you start that YouTube, like you promised us, right? And you drop that video, they're going to come after you guys because you're a cohesive couple and you're working together. And don't nothing make great TV than a couple that's working together and coming up with the end product. It's a beautiful process to watch. Hence all of these marrying shows, dating shows, and all of this, you know what I'm saying? You won't go on with that. So that's a real opportunity for you guys to seize upon.
I just want to point out the key word that Mike said. You promised to start that.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna do it.
We're looking for it, man. Man, it's cool. Like the spousal support. I had that with my wife. Like now, since me and my wife, we've been together 6 years, married for 4, and if I didn't been a rapper, I didn't been an employee of somebody else. I didn't did t-shirts, and I started out with vinyl, and I wanted sublimation. Now my people, my family just gave me a screen print setup that's out in the garage. I wanted to do cups and rolling trays. That's on the shelf in the living room, and every time she just look at me, you know, but she always supported. It's a little thing where if I came home and wanted to be an astronaut, she gonna sew the suit. And that type of support is
That's tough.
Major.
I remember seeing the video with you and your wife at the park.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah, damn, you've been around a long time. That was a long time ago. Yeah, that was.
When I came across your videos, I'm like, it was late, and I'm like, this YouTube algorithm is a joke because there's so many times where I've literally put in and tried to research exactly what you guys put out, and it don't show up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this is stupid. So when I went through, I probably spent hours. I mean, you got like 130 videos. Mike got like 180, and I just ran through all of them, watched the whole journey.
Man,
because I work.
Man, appreciate you for that.
Yeah, the real one.
Like somebody's like, who keeps hitting? Because I like every single comment. Like it'll just stick in and be like, yo, somebody will hit like. So I'm like, I know somebody's probably, and I watch them late. I work second shift, so I'm up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just like, click.
Yeah, I appreciate you for that. Like, to watch the journey, man, to document the journey that was the goal, man. Like to hear you say you like watched it to follow it. I got a few people that have been there and since day one, and to hear you say, like, you seen it, progression. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I'm sitting there reading the comments, and I'm like, yo, Heart and Hustle. I'm like, yo, he been there with you for a minute.
Hey,
And it's like,
Joe was probably one of my first 10 subscribers, and he supported me since day one.
yeah, that's good.
I had like 11 subscribers, and Joe had like 200 when I first found that, when I started my YouTube, and then he just bloomed. Blossom, man. Joe, for y'all that don't know, Joe, that's Heart and Hustle Printing, man. That dude has always been 100% since always day one. I can call him, message him, whatever, and he got an answer for me, response. Yep. He's a real dude, man. So he's Joe Perez in a group for y'all that don't know.
Shout out to the vinyl stand. That's Heart and Hustle Printing.
Yeah.
Y'all go check it out.
Get you a sample pack. That B-Flex is nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, I got a box of stuff Joe up there right now.
I gotta give a shout out to Marcella. You gotta get your I don't have the shirt on with me, but when she posted that video and she had the photographers all lined up, and I saw her image, I'm like, yo, immediately I gotta get one. I had to get one with the merch.
Yeah, Marcella, she came a long way quick.
Yes, she did. You know, I ran her. She was just on my page, random, and I ended up watching one of Marcella Ritchie's videos, and I'm like, man, I got some real value from this. I'm gonna go ahead and share this to the squad. And then I just kept doing that, and then I think she thought I was stalking her. I wasn't stalking you. I was just admiring your work ethic and the way that you was explaining things, and it was in a way that I understood. So I'm like, I know if I can comprehend this could be helping a lot more people. So I decided to share on the strength of that. Anthony says, man, Seek, if you don't get that screen printing equipment popping, he gonna come through the computer. Basically.
I'm waiting on that, man. I gotta insulate my garage because I don't have no room in here no more. And so I gotta insulate my garage. My garage is cold in the winter and hot in the summer. So I'm figuring out how to go about that, but it's coming soon. But I got a 4-head screen press, all the screens and supplies and everything. I just gotta get a flash dryer and something else I need, but he gave me the whole hookup, even a computer to go with all the software, Corel Draw and all that stuff. And
that's a big come up. I mean, like screen printing. I thought about doing it, and it was like, it's intimidating. It's not for everybody because it's so much detail and there's so much stuff that can go wrong. And then you talk about tension of the screens, your off contact, all color
separation. Go ahead, tell them. Mixing colors.
That's a true skill. Like, I mean, and people wonder why they charge what they charge. I mean, that's a lot of work.
It is.
Just reclaiming the screen. It's like you see them battling with the pressure washer. It's like, yo, I don't want that. That's for the birds.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it though.
I'll be tuned in. My wife stepped away because of the kids acting up. So.
Cool. Max says Joe is 100. Yes, he is. I have answered. He has answered for you in like 2.5 seconds. Marcella's gonna tell me to stop bringing up old stuff. I can't help it.
Shout out to Matt. Matt always working.
Yeah, Mac he be in there. Late night.
See, Mac, he stay working, man. I've been trying to get Mac on his line since Scooby Puck, man.
He always working.
And Mac the Goon, that was another invite, brother. You stay.
Yes, sir, Mac. We love to get you on here, man.
You see, I said we've been trying since Scooby-Doo was a pup the first time. So, and I'm showing my age on the first time I was around back then. You feel me?
He says, I learned sublimation off of Jay Styles. That's also how I discovered the squad 5 months ago. Okay. Max says, I have a screen press kit still in the box. You another one, Mac. You gotta get that screen print stuff out, man. Y'all need to start making some transfers and stuff.
Yeah, I gotta get that in my garage, man. I'm ready for it though.
Yeah. Mello the Crew says the merch maker is dope. I've heard about it. I've seen videos over it. I just haven't. Me personally, I'm never getting into screen printing. Not at this point.
Merch maker. Yeah, that merch maker. That's what Stan was pushing out a while back. I remember that.
That's what is the screen print kit all in a box, right?
Yeah.
I thought he said that they blew up and they stopped for a while. Did they bring it back up?
I don't know. I think he did say something about that though.
I don't know. I just remember he was pushing it a while back, a couple years ago or something.
Yeah, I remember that because he was like, he used his influence, and it was like, I remember he did a video. It was like make or break a company. He was like, they just wasn't ready.
Yeah.
They couldn't keep up with the demand.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much that with stuff like that, it do be a lot of, you know, Stan Banks tell you Circle Clothing hoodies, then all 70,000 followers go and get a Circle Clothing hoodie, then the business is crashed.
Like that, like that. I remember the Super Color. He crashed Super Color when it first came out.
Yeah.
They couldn't even handle it. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know how big his influence was on Instagram. Like on Instagram, it's
yeah, he's mega huge on Instagram.
Yeah. I remember seeing a video with some dude named Waldo, and I'm like, yo, this dude don't make no sense. Like, he was trying to make an argument, but didn't have an argument to stand on. I'm like, if you watch,
that was pointless. That 2 hour.
I'm like, what is this dude talking about? Like, he's bugging for real.
What it was is I think that Waldo is just jealous at the way that Stan makes his money, and that's all that boils down to. But I was taught, you know, my dad is real militant, never to count another man's pockets. I'm not worried about how much you making. You know why? Because I'm too busy making my own. Why would I be concerned with what you doing and how you making your money? But you know, and that's that crab mentality that don't tell too much. We want to keep some stuff a secret. Don't let everybody get in. Man, if the government printing $1.2 trillion at a time, a trillion of us can be screen print, or a trillion of us could be fine. You know what I'm saying? There's no limit to this. And
we don't let error no more though. To where everything is a secret. This is the age of information we live in.
Exactly.
So it's stupid when people say stuff like that when we got even all these different like TikTok now and all these different platforms to where I can just go press play and learn anything I want. I put into Google, how do I make a whatever the case may be, and there's a reason and a way to do it. It's stupid to hide information in this day and age. You see all the negativity. They don't care about people hiding negativity, but something positive to make somebody grow. They got a problem with that, and I just don't get that. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing I don't understand is like Stan's been a hunter since day one, and if you really pay attention to his videos, even his intro, he was like, "I help you start a business from home or where you at," and this dude was just like totally. I'm like this, like, and he's bringing up stuff. I'm like, did you watch the whole video? Like, why are you nitpicking at one piece of the video?
Yeah.
And then
you didn't watch the whole video. I said the same thing.
And I'm like, I mean, I understand what he was saying, and I give Stan credit for not, arguing back and forth with the dude, because he was just like, yeah, we agree on the same thing, but there's different venues. Like my audience is different, and I'm like, okay, but obviously, like it just went over the dude's head. I'm like, it don't make no sense to me, but okay, I'm not gonna knock him. I mean, different strokes for different folks.
There you go.
Right.
I'm gonna hit this comment section real quick. Mello the Cruz says Stan and I were among the first to own it. That's the merch maker. ABD says I stopped learning screen printing after I was gifted a Sublimation printer. We'll definitely get back to it. Thanks, squad. Max says Mike Seek was doing next week. We're booked next week and the week after, but I think the last week.
Who said that?
Don't have nobody. That's Mac. He's saying let's do a Saturday Night Live. But I know we got somebody next Saturday, and I got somebody for the 20th as well. So
it'll be the last Saturday of this month.
The last Saturday of this month, Mac. We'll get you in there.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna look at the date right now, and I'll tell you here in a second.
Yeah. Mello the Cruz says jealous ones still envy, and Marcella Ritchie says no information is new, only the way that is presented, and that is so true.
Yeah, Mac, it'll be the 27th is the next opening.
Yep, 27th. We got you booked, Mac. If you could do it then.
So we got some, while we talking before you read them comments, like we got some transfer company people He already booked one. Econo transfers will be on here in the next couple weeks. I'm trying to get. I'm gonna reach out to top transfers, see if we can get them to come over here and talk. And we're just trying to book some good stuff, man. Some good people to spread this.
Yeah, man, I got Lee Stewart. I'm not sure if y'all know who Lee Stewart is. He's just
Oh yeah, the spray printer dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
he's a monster.
yeah.
Reached out to him, so we just trying to get some, some interesting people, some, us squad members that, they to share with the group of us that we're familiar with, reaching out to different companies and different YouTubers and stuff, and try to make this live, man, well worth it. And starting next week, we're gonna start streaming the lives to YouTube.
Straight to YouTube, y'all. So we're gonna try to figure out a way to have it on Facebook. It'll still be able to be seen as soon as I figure that out, but we're gonna be going straight to YouTube after tonight's live. So for everybody that's on here, be looking for it. It'll be on 12 Gone's channel, and I think I might either have it on my channel or I'll have it on the Facebook plan at the same time, but we'll be mainly shooting from YouTube.
Yeah. So it'll still, still gonna be Saturday Night Live with the squad, but just we just gonna put it on YouTube just to broaden the audience, because a lot of the stuff we talk about in here really needs to be heard, and if we can put it on YouTube, and that's gonna help the squad grow a little more, as well as just this information out, because everybody come through and drop real gems and got something to share. So we gonna put it to the world and put that energy out there like that, so.
For sure.
So James Padin, with you doing everything that you are doing, what are some of the future goals that you have as far as the company goes and the customs that you're doing?
My main goal is just to bring my kids into it, honestly. Like I want to have my kids have their own clothing brand in peace. Like when they go to school, they rocking their stuff. You know what I mean? And I think that's dope. I mean, like, you don't have to sit there and rock anybody else's stuff. You have your own stuff, and if somebody wants to buy it, they can come buy it.
Period.
That part. That part. I admire the way you think, brother. I really do. I've been trying to get my 20-year-olds to I got Grizzly Fit, but my son, he has this thing called 330, and he's a rap group. So I'm like, why don't y'all make that into a brand? We'll come up with a logo, clothes. But I
mean, if they're gonna do their own video, they might as well wear their own stuff.
Yeah, and I've tried to tell him that. The one son shoots videos. You know what I'm saying? He actually shoots rap videos. And I'm like, it'd be dope to have your own clothes on and make yourself a commercial, but they love working at the chocolate factory. We got a chocolate factory that pays a ridiculous amount, and it's that short-term gratification, and it's a seasonal job. That's what I keep trying to tell them. So they'll get laid off, but then they'll go right back to it. They make really good money. So I'm not bashing this chocolate factory, but it's like enabling them to do better. If you get what I'm going with it, they get paid $21 an hour to go do this chocolate job for about 6 months, and they get laid off for about 2 months, and they go back to it. And it's a hindrance. So I ain't mad at them. They got the work ethic installed in them, and I told them to get it by any means, because I was only offering $15 an hour. But that $21 is a lot more appealing, and then it's chocolate, and they're young, so you know how that goes.
What's in them comments? It looks like I can't see them all. I can just see them stacking up over there.
Rachel Bias says, James, do you have any tips for tricks for beginners about sublimation or vinyl?
You know what? I'm gonna share this tip that I got from Brando. If you're brand new with vinyl, don't go to Michael's and buy them small rolls. Get you some 651 and start weeding and layering with that and build yourself up, because you can get, a whole bunch of 651 for like $10, $20. You go to Michael's and get that little roll, they're gonna beat you over the head for $30. I've been there, I'm like, yo. But I mean, that right there, you can practice your weeding, because you're gonna mess up vinyl, and vinyl costs money. You can understand the basics of layering right there. It's the same concept. It's just a little bit different, you know. And then with sublimation, like the hardest part for sublimation really is the artwork and making sure that it prints right. Like I have that issue with my printer where it's like sometimes my colors are off, but then it's like you got to go to the color profile, and sometimes reds look orange, and then you know, so it's a learning curve. It's really just a learning curve. Like start small. Like I mean, in Zeke's video, I mean, I seen it where Mike actually reached out to Zeke and was like, "Look, I got this. What is it? The Epson 7720 or something like that." Yeah. It was like, yeah, get the 5 yards. Don't buy a whole bunch of blanks. Get the 5 yards from Walmart and start from there. You know.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, because if you can go to Cricket at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and they're gonna hit you over the head, $8, $9. Get that yard. You can get 5 yards for $10, and from there you just practice, and then you can go, other stuff like dollar store, Family Dollar, Five Below. It's totally different. 2020 changed everything. Nobody wanted to share nothing, but now it's like everybody was bored and everything is out there. All the pieces to the puzzle is there. All you gotta do is pick them up and make your own picture.
There you go.
Period. So next week, I pinned my video at the top of the group for that color changing vinyl. If you go like that video, comment squad on that video, that enters you for a drawing to win a roll of the color changing vinyl. And then also next week, Heat Transfer Warehouse, they gonna let me give away 3 5-yard rolls of the Wallet Cut Express. So putting that squad on that video will also enter you for that. Just some extra for y'all,
That Wallet Cut Express is
nice. One more time, see? One more time, repeat that, bro, please.
Next week, I'm gonna be giving away a roll of, I got it right here, a roll of this 20-inch roll. I think it's 5 yards by 20 roll of the color changing vinyl. And also Heat Transfer Warehouse is gonna let me sponsor. They're gonna give away 3 5-yard rolls of the Gimme. I keep want to say Gimme 5 because we were talking about Joe, but the Wallet Cut Express, 3 5-yard rolls of that. And my video at the top is pinned at the top of the page about the color changing vinyl. Just comment squad on that video on YouTube, and that'll enter you. And we're gonna do that giveaway next Friday.
Y'all heard
Saturday with the live.
Tap in immediately.
Yeah, I'm gonna announce the winners on the live next Saturday, and so just some, a little incentive, let y'all play with this stuff a little bit. So 4 winners.
There you go.
That was up.
Mac McCray Lagoon says, my 6-year-old.
We lost you, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but for those who don't know, that Wallet
daughter knows the process of doing really, really good. You're at your age. Shout out to you in a way. Like Chris said, 12 years old, and also shout out to you in a real way for teaching the youth. Essentially, you had your grandparents that you'd always look up to. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Start over. I don't know what just happened right there.
Okay.
It just
Mac McCray, the goon says, my 6-year-old daughter knows the process of doing HTV and sublimation.
That's dope.
Yeah, super dope. And Mello the Cruz said, my 12-year-old cousin knows how to do design, cut, and heat press, which we've actually seen. I've been on live and actually watched that.
Yeah, Mike, that's dope, man. Teach them young, man.
That's what I said. A lot of times we look to our grandparents and we see what our grandparents have done. I mean, for those that do remember, and we remember like little bits and details of historical moments that they have taught us. Mm-hmm. And you go back as a child, as a grown man, as a senior citizen, you go back to those little bit of nuggets of information. And that's what gets you through life ultimately. Like recipes being handed down, tips and tricks of this trade or any trade that you're in being handed down. It all comes from being taught from a young age all the way up. And then you learn something new every day as an adult. So salute to y'all in a real way for that.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
And we're caught up on the comments. So we do have a product that we are coming out with, y'all, and I haven't had to say the straight date because I just didn't know the straight date, but I'm getting some more as the time goes on, more and more details is being unfolded. But we're gonna have photo panels, we're gonna have states, and we're gonna have picture frames, probably like some keychains, some different things like that, because we're starting a brand called Press Time Products. The logo's already designed. We're going to get it out to a couple people. Hopefully we can get some videos and some feedback on what y'all think about the product. But it's really dope, and it takes color well. I've actually done a video over the Press Time Products. Seek has done a video over the Press Time Products. We're looking around the first week of April to have that available. So I know I keep mentioning it and I haven't released a date or a price. I just want to let y'all know what's going on with that.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty revolutionary. Like it takes ink well and like it presses with a shiny gloss. So y'all be ready for that. So James, man, like I just need you to give some just some random feedback, man. Just something you can think of that you wish you knew when you got started to the people.
Oh man, you know what? You know what I wish I would have known? Honestly, I wish I would have known about vinyl. Like in the beginning, it was everyone. I want to go back like 8 years. 8 years, everyone was pushing screen print. Everyone's transfers, you know, and that was it. They were like, if you want good quality, that's the way to go. And I mean, I watch videos from Condi, I watch videos from Stalls and all that, and they only push like sublimation. Like you had to spend so much money. Now it's like, you know, and they would talk so bad. Like I remember years ago, I bought like a cheap $200 heat press from eBay, and they were like, "Oh no, that's trash. It'll break down and this, and this." And you're like, "Damn, why did I just buy this if y'all telling me it's trash?" And then they want to show you the Stalls, you know, $2,500, $2,600 machine. And that's what they telling you that's what you gotta have. Nowadays, like, you know, if I would have known what I know now, I would ignore the noise, you know, and just got in the lab and just but don't listen to what people gonna say because they're gonna tell you Easy Subly is the best. You know, inkjet, they're gonna tell you inkjet transfers suck. They don't. I mean, you're not gonna get the same quality, but they last. I mean,
they have a place.
You know, so it's like there's different levels, there's different tiers. The whole thing, if you're new, just focus on what works for you. Like I got so trying to follow what other people was trying to do. You know, I'm like, damn, I gotta save $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 just to get into the game. And that's not the case. You can start with 500.
There you go. There you go.
And them Amazon presses, a lot of people that have ran full businesses with them.
I got one right here. I got one right here. The one of them 5-in-1s, I mean, that joint paid for itself in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 weeks. I mean, but you gotta pay, you gotta include that in your overhead. You can't sit there and be like, oh, I'm gonna charge $8 for a shirt. No, I mean, you gotta at least add $5 for your equipment, you know.
There you go.
Into your price. And then you gotta pay yourself.
Right.
So by the time you add that up, you're at the $25, $30 range. And if they say no, then hey, goodbye.
There you go.
That's real talk right there. That's
all day. That's what I preach all day.
You got overhead. I mean, you got to think about it. You got an electric bill. You spend $300 on a Cameo or $200 on a Cricut. Then you got your heat press. That's another $200, $300, sometimes even $2,000. You got to include that in your price. You got that's got to pay. You got to get your return on your investment. You can't do that if you're giving away for $10.
Right.
That's so true.
Right.
In a real way, that's so true.
Excuse me. Yeah, right. That's real talk, man. Like
it is. So what do you prefer more? What do you prefer? A swing away press or a clamshell press?
I got both. I got both. Like I like the swing away for sublimation. Like if we're gonna do a pillow or something like that, you know, the swing away comes nice because it can go up. and give you even pressure.
Yeah.
I just got another Geonite, and I love it. I mean, if you was to sit there and do your research, you're gonna find out what works with you. I mean, they don't Stalls are gonna sit there and advertise that they got the best of everything and that's it. No, it's not. And then you can buy used. I mean, I buy my stuff used. I'm not about to sit there and buy something brand new. I mean,
Right.
if you buy something good that's used, like I can tell you right now, these presses are over 10 years old. One of them got like 28,000 prints and it runs like it's brand new.
How many heat presses you got?
I got 5.
What size?
Yeah.
I got a hat heat press. I got a small Amazon one, and that's for like when we go on the go. So it's like, hey, if someone says, hey, I'm at a birthday party, can you do some shirts? I'll make a couple, and then I'll go over there, and then whether it's like inkjet transfer or whatever, I'll just plug it in and take it on the go.
Yeah.
I got one that I don't even use. It's in a garage. I'm gonna give that to my dad. But yeah, like I have one. If we get a big order, my wife will come in and she'll just she'll press. It's not a big deal.
Hey James, I hate to tell you this. They're gonna want to sit you down for intervention. Me and you together.
Oh, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
I just ordered a press this morning. I just ordered another press.
What sublimation printer you use?
I got the small one, the Epson 2720, because I didn't even know if I was gonna like sublimation. Like the whole thing was for like small things like kids t-shirts and phones and stuff like that. That sells. Yeah. Like every time there's a new iPhone, you can sit there and buy a 20-pack of the iPhone cases and everybody wants a picture or something, so press and peel. That's easy money.
Yeah, I don't use sublimation as much as I should. I haven't been sold on it, but I do know that it's better. I think it's better for substrates than it is for t-shirts, personally.
I agree with you on that. I wholeheartedly agree with you on that.
The only thing I don't like is I gotta really work on the technique, but the loose fibers, like I bought Dana's Apparel, the dude Cosmo, his wife's company, and they had a Black Friday deal, so I'm like, I'm gonna support them, let me grab a couple of them. And it's a nice shirt, but it's got a lot of loose fibers. So as soon as you peel it off, it makes it look dingy. So it's like the Cricket ones, to me, they're the best sublimation shirts that I've worked with. I've heard like Bubba something. I heard they're good, but I haven't tried them. But
only thing I don't like about Crickets, they're not true to size.
Yeah.
No, they're not. But that George shirt, the 65% polyester, 35% cotton, is a great alternative, and it's only like $2 or $3 if you get the chance. Try you one of them George 65% polyesters.
I did. They got some at Walmart, but they go so quick.
They do.
When I give a shout out to the crafters. As soon as they post a video, like everything's sold out. They're going to Five Below. They're gonna go to Walmart. Like they buy them by the dozens. I'm like, I just need 1 or 2 to test it out.
See, it's crazy. Mike say that about Ohio. It's a Walmart right down here, like 5 minutes from where I live. They always got them George shirts here.
Yeah, you can't catch them here. They be gone.
I don't really like myself because they're too soft for me, for my liking, but I always have access to them. That's just
I don't know.
But at the same time, it's not like super hot here ever. So I think, but like, next time I go to Walmart, I'm gonna just show a video of how many different styles of George shirts they have.
My shelves is there always.
Yeah, they're always here. And then the ones
they always have the odd size. Like they'll have an extra small and they'll have like a 3X.
Yeah, the extra small don't never go away. Yeah. True.
I'm like, I can't ever get what I need. So
so maybe I should become a George shirt vendor.
Man.
Hey, might be some money, and there's a stream right there for you. See, hey, Marcelli,
sell it with the paper.
Yeah,
paper and ink too. I'm hit the comment section. Marcella Ritchie says they're going to tell you whatever is in their best interest. She's talking about the equipment as far as stalls and all of that, which is so true. Uh, Rachel Bias says the best uni proves them wrong. In each and every one of her videos, you know, the best uni, she gonna create a way, make a way, and then if it don't work, you know, she's sort of like me with that. You at least learn something by watching the best uni. I love the best uni. Shout out to the best uni crew. Deron Boggs says, James, what setup do you use, such as what press, printer, and whatnot? We went over it.
Okay, so I'll answer it. I got the Geonite DC16, and I love that press. It's a swing away. The reason I like it is because I got a bench. Matter of fact, I'll show you. I can show you. Let me turn this around. I'll switch the camera around.
Look, my eyes is bad. Let me get closer. I want to see what a Geo Knight look like. I can't even.
Baby tank.
So, yo, this shit right here heavy as hell. I'll tell you that.
It's super heavy.
This right here, this is my favorite press. I got a cheap. Okay. I got this off of Facebook. I just bought it because it was for like $50.
Okay.
And
what is that?
This is the one that my wife likes.
Woo, I like that.
Oh,
yeah, I like that.
And I got, like I said, the Amazon press. It's right there. I mean, on the go. It's portable. I can hold that with one hand. So.
Yeah.
Got a pretty nice work area there, James.
Yeah, man.
I had to build it. I started off in a laundry room, you know, and then over time it's just like find a deal. If you find a deal, hey, like it's crazy because I paid the same price for both presses. I paid for both, so it was like, hey, I had to jump on it.
Yeah,
give me some reputable presses too, right there. The Geo Knight. I mean, I think me and you was talking about it that on one night on one live, but. Stalls, you know, they got some nice presses, but they don't like for you can't make a video over stall stuff with another press in the video, which is crazy. And I don't care about putting that out there. I just think that's nuts. Like I'm supposed to change my whole setup to make a video for you guys. Replying to Marcella Ritchie, absolutely. They eat steak and lobster while you eat tuna fish with no mayo.
Right.
Hey, in a real way. Delon Jamel, this is my first time ever saying your name, and I'm pretty sure you're new. So what's up, man? Salute for joining the squad. He says, Gems, guys. I'm just starting my clothing line. It's hard getting customers. Promote yourself, man. You gotta over promote yourself.
Use TikTok, bro.
TikTok all day.
I'm
talking to a professional right there.
A TikTok advocate, man. Like if you got a small business you ain't on TikTok, you miss it right now. Like,
yeah,
I got I put some in here on some little tips and tricks on how to get your videos viewed, but I don't know if y'all can hear my phone keep going off. That's all TikTok from a post from yesterday. Like, that TikTok is the way right now. It's the way. I got one video that did 11,000 views in 2 days, and it got me damn near 500 followers out of that. So TikTok, man, push it on TikTok.
Once you get past 10,000 followers and 10,000 posts, you get paid something ridiculous. I don't know what it is, but I know something ridiculous.
You know that.
I'm on my road to 10. I'm gonna get that 10,000. I'm gonna stay on it. But I'm gonna post some tips and tricks on TikTok here in the next couple of days.
Rachel Bias says, "Don't give up. Keep pressing your merch. It will come," and that's in a real way.
Yeah.
Rachel speaking real facts. Don't give up. Even if you have 6 or 7 months where you ain't sold nothing. Look, I've had Grizzly Bear before I started pressing anything, weeding anything. It took to this year, actually the end of 2020, for Seek, the voice of reason, to push me outside and say, man, if you don't go on and sell a Grizzly, and I've been selling them consistently. So it could have been initial fear. Fear is what holds us back. Get on over that fear. I mean, just keep putting yourself out there, keep self-promoting, and eventually it'll catch on like wildfire. And then that's when you get the other problems. More money, more problems. We'll just leave it there. So, James, what would you tell somebody that's scared and not sure on what to do as far as it comes? Maybe they got that Cricut or that Cameo sitting in the corner on their table. What would you say to them, man?
Ask the question on the squad. You don't get the answer. Either I'm going post a video, somebody else gonna post a video, just put it out there, because it's not just you who's gonna have that question. There's somebody else who got the exact same question, but just don't know how to ask it.
There you go.
Going apparel, the dream in my eye. I be an example to myself in the tears that I cry.